Capiche.
Okay. So, welcome guys to the Banjo-Tooie Challenge Series. Number 9 is the first round of the bracket stage. Joining me, we have, of course, the racers. Alpha, Q up.
Hello, thank you.
We have iCup,
Morning.
our racers, of course. And joining me on commentary, we have the Scream Man himself, Go TPC. Hello there. That's what he says. And GDO.
Hello.
All right. One more thing I have to do. Let me go into studio mode. Let me make sure the category. I gotta upload this image. Upload it here.
You switch scenes before going into studio mode.
Did I?
Oh, did we say ginger manip's allowed or not? No.
Yeah. No, ginger manipulation is allowed. It's always allowed.
Okay.
Oh, and the last,
Yeah, it's in the general rules.
the very
I
last
always
thing I
ask
have
that.
to do is I have to upgrade or update the Yorp skip command. Where is the link? Info here. Okay. Are you guys ready to start? At the main menu with your
Yeah.
like ready to go. Full on ready to
Yep.
go.
I'm ready to roll.
Okay, so then we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna wait. Oh wait, we can drag him out. Can one of you, GDO, can you drag him out, please?
Yes, I'll drag him.
And then I have to turn audio on.
And they're off.
And they're off. Okay, let me turn one of their audios on. And let me switch to the challenge real quick. Okay, welcome everybody, Banjo-Tooie Challenge Series. This is the bracket stage. Is there a link to the bracket? No, I'm just kind of keeping track of it in my head. But let's go to the category real quick. Here's the category. So this category I've called the Currency Exchange, and this one, as mentioned before, will be played in 2 parts. This is a head-to-head focused challenge, so whatever one of them does will affect what the other one has to do. With this particular category, in the first phase, you have 1 hour to collect honeycombs, whatever honeycombs you want. After 1 hour, we'll move on to the second phase, where the other competitor will have to collect cheato pages in the levels in which you collected honeycombs. So, for example, if you, in your first hour, you go around through the levels, you collect 3 honeycombs in MT, and 4 is a bad number, 2 honeycombs in JRL, right? Then, in the second phase, your opponent will then have to collect 3 cheato pages in MT, and then 2 cheato pages in JRL. First one to collect their last cheato page is the winner. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god, no cheats
No cheats
allowed.
No
allowed,
cheats
though.
allowed.
Oh,
So tell
damn.
me, what are you guys thinking? What would be your strategies going into this challenge?
Honestly, I would probably end the first hour in CCL just ready to do all 3 cheato pages in CCL and force my opponent to do the same, honestly.
I think,
Oh, wrong one.
honestly, the strategy would be to collect all your honeycombs. I mean, it's hard to say, because if your opponent DCWs to a further level and you've already used your DCW, you have to collect that many jiggies to get there if you haven't been there yet. Yeah. So say you use your DCW to get to, GI,
Right.
and then your opponent uses their DCW to get to CCL. Well, in the first hour, they've both used their DCWs, and you would have to collect 45 jiggies in order to get into CCL, whereas you'd only need to collect 28 to get into GI. So.
Yeah. So my instinct is that both people are gonna be doing Canary Mary 1 and 2 in the first hour. Like, you just cannot afford it if you plan on going to CCL to collect honeycombs.
Yeah.
Well,
see, I mean, the other thing is that, like, if you do that, then both of you are just on a race to collect 45 jiggies, where if you don't DCW in the first hour and you just get as far in as the game, when your opponent hits you with those cheato page locations and far out levels, you can just DCW to those far level, so you don't need to quite collect so many jiggies. So you like counter DCW their play, right?
Yeah, true.
So you use the first hour to like collect as many like honeycombs and jiggies as you can, I suppose. Although I feel like that would just kind of give your opponent an easier time having to collect less Cheeto pages.
Huh.
So
Yeah, honestly, yeah, like you wouldn't. The two big levels that are really bad in this challenge are GI and CCL, because unless you feel like collecting a bunch of jiggies, you will plan to do CW there in either of the levels, and I don't think you will ever try to go into both levels. So if you choose the wrong option, and you may get hard punished for it.
yeah. See, Lieutenant Boo, the thing is I don't think setting up any Cheeto pages would be smart to do in the first hour, because sure, you're saving some time later, but because you don't know what kind of honeycombs your opponent is getting, it's like you could just be wasting your time, whereas you could get progress on honeycombs and jiggies instead, you know?
Yeah. Like, I will say that, like, the two levels that I would suggest going for honeycombs for sure in the first hour are Witchy World and Jolly Roger's Lagoon, because the honeycombs are super fast in these. Maybe not so much JRL, but in Witchy World especially, the time gap between the honeycombs and the 3 Cheeto pages is huge.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a really good
That was.
GGM early from Alpha.
So obviously,
0th try.
I've spent a lot of time thinking about this challenge. And that wasn't a 0th try, that was the first try. 0th try is when you don't set up at all.
Oh yeah, he did set up, that's right.
Yeah.
But anyways, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this. On the topic of DCW, it's set up in such a way that I think the optimal strategy is to DCW to CCL in the last 5 minutes, collect your honeycombs, and then wait. If you see that your opponent is making you collect Cheetos in CCL, you're already in CCL.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you don't have to leave.
But what if your opponent... Oh yeah, I guess if your opponent decides to do CW to GI to like surprise you, they would need 45 GGs to actually go to CCL, so that would be a bad play.
Yeah.
So yeah, even as much as some people hate the GI Cheeto pages, I don't think that they're necessarily good to bait your opponent into and for this challenge.
Yeah, now I know what you meant, Mumbo, when you said that you could beat your opponent by like an hour in this challenge.
If you make the right choice and they don't, then it could be really bad news for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to talk about is, you guys have already brought up that really what you're looking for is the biggest disparity between time to collect honeycombs and time to collect Cheeto pages. Somebody in chat's already mentioned Witchy World. If you collect the 3 honeycombs in Witchy World, which are kind of fast, maybe Inferno's a little slow, but that compels your opponent to do Saucer Apparel, which we all know is very slow. And I think that kind of leads you to believe, like, is it even worth it to collect any honeycombs in Mayhem Temple or GGM? Because the first hour is so valuable. Like, 1 second in the first hour is worth like 3 seconds afterwards. So I think you kind of want to be skipping these honeycombs, like in GGM and MT, where you're already going to see fast Cheeto pages, and just try to rush Jiggies as fast as possible. Because if you can DCW to CCL and collect some of those, and open GI and get some of those, that is huge.
Honestly, I would probably get one honeycomb in every level in the early game just to force a revisit on my opponent.
Yeah.
Not a bad
Like
strategy.
yeah, like you have the bovine honeycomb that's right there. You definitely
Mhm.
take it because your opponent's gonna take like 30 seconds more to have to get like the treasure chamber Cheeto page.
Yeah. I do like, I mean, it comes to like, time versus like on honeycombs versus time on Cheeto pages. I think in GGM, forcing your opponent to have to do Canary Mary could be like a pretty decent strat, because I mean the honeycombs in this level are like super fast, except for the one in Toxic Gas Cave. That one's a little bit out of the way, but
Hey.
I should
but
update
I
the
mean
title as
Canary
well.
Mary is like, I think it's a little more. MT probably not, because the first honeycomb is like really like out of the way. Like in MT, it's probably faster to get the Cheeto pages than it is the honeycomb. So I agree with
Honestly,
skipping
yeah.
honeycombs in MT, because the one behind the entrance you can only get with like Clockworks or the Stony, or if you fly out of bounds. But then if you're stuck in there if you do it bad or wrong. The one in Treasure Chamber is inside, whereas the Cheeto page is outside. And then the other one is just sitting right there in Jade Snake.
Mhm. On the
So,
topic of GGM honeycombs, you
I mean,
mentioned
Prison Compound.
that Canary Mary would take some time from your opponent, but if you make them do Canary Mary 4, they have to do Canary Mary 2 anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I would say that is the reason why GGM honeycombs are a total waste of time, because
I
if
think
you
so,
go
too.
for the CCL play, they will get like one honeycomb. They will get like their Cheeto page from Canary Mary 2 for
Mhm.
free.
Yeah. But the thing is that even if they don't do Canary Mary 3, like the other two Cheeto pages in CCL are still really slow. Like even if you collect 2 honeycombs in CCL, they're still forced to do Pot of Gold and the Zubba game, both which are decently long mini games.
Yeah.
And Pot of Gold requires having all of the eggs. So if you catch your opponent in CCL and they don't have all the eggs, I mean they could just do like, they would have to have the setup for Canary Mary plus all 4 eggs in order to get 2 out of the 3 honeycombs. So
Ooh, Znernik has brought up an excellent point that I didn't think about. If a runner DCWs to CCL without doing Canary Mary 2, they can't get Canary Mary 3.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
I was not listening. Sorry.
See.
Yeah, I was saying if they're in CCL and they don't have Canary Mary done, or they don't have all 4 eggs learned, then they can't do
Right.
Pot of Gold either.
Right. Oh man, I was not thinking about that. You were so right.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I think before they try a DCW play to screw their opponent, I think it would be wise to make sure they're ready just in case their opponent was thinking the same thing. Because really, it's a toss-up. Like, is my opponent screwing me having to collect Jiggies to go to GI, or am I gonna have to go to CCL? And I would rather be in CCL at the 1 hour mark, ready to get potentially all 3 honeycombs, versus being in GI, being like, well, now I need to, collect 20 more Jiggies.
Honestly, I will say that like for the 14 Jiggy any percent route, you get to Clockworks in like 40 minutes, which means that you basically have like 20 minutes that you have to get your first honeycombs and your honeycombs in the first hour. So something I would probably like to try to do if I were to do this is to do like TDL early before DCW doing to CCL, so that that my opponent would also need to like do that trick, and I know that it's a trick that like a lot of people would struggle with. So even like the meta game would be the meta game of like playing on your opponent's skill level would be a good play for that.
I mean, at the same.
At the same time, it's like they wouldn't have to do the trick, because if they know they have to collect lots of Jiggies to get into the later worlds, then like, I mean, they could just collect Jiggies and open TDL the normal way.
If you want to be extra sadistic, you could go to TDL, then HFP, then DCW to CCO. So that way it would force your opponent to do HFP early too. All it takes is one honeycomb in HFP, and your opponent would have to work a lot to get to the one Cheato page, even though they're all fast in HFP.
Well, I mean, you could also, just enter HFP as solo Banjo from GI. Like, entrance into GI gives you solo Banjo in HFP, and solo Banjo can collect all the honeycombs.
I mean, here's the thing: if you'd have to DCW to CCL and have to go to HFP, how are you getting solo Banjo to the HFP?
You open GI, and then you just open the battery door to get into toxic waste.
So to give you some perspective on times and how far people are going to get, the all honeycombs record is an hour 23. So what that accomplishes is it gets 28 Jiggies to get into GI. It has Taxi Pack learned, and it opens up the toxic waste area, gets the 3 honeycombs as solo Banjo from toxic waste, and it does a DCW to CCL to collect the honeycombs. So these guys have 23 fewer minutes to be able to do that. So obviously they're going to have to cut some stuff out. Ideally, the perfect run would involve, in my opinion, opening GI, getting some honeycombs in GI, and getting honeycombs in CCL. But I don't know how possible that is in only an hour.
I don't think it is possible. However, if you know that you're playing with your against an opponent that you know may not be great at HFP early, I think going to HFP early would be such a sadistic move, but it would be so rewarding if your opponent messes up that trick a lot.
Yeah, but also keep in mind, Gogo, that you're going for HFP early in the 1 hour honeycomb. So if it takes you forever to get the trick, then I mean you're just wasting time that your opponent has to get less Cheato pages.
Yeah.
Oh, icup. Bad target to end. He's rusty. He's rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you would be able to force CCL and Weldar, because just opening the door to Weldar takes like 10 minutes, assuming that you somehow get there and in GI.
So when people say force welder, they don't necessarily mean force the fight. They're talking about forcing the welder Cheato page, which would require you to open the door to Weldar if people don't DCW, which involves a lot of steps.
Oh, right. Yeah, because you would not DCW with taxi back, so you would have to basically go out of GI, which, by the way, you cannot do. You can only do with a save and quit since the door is closed.
I think regardless of what happens, we're seeing both runners get at least 28 Jiggies in this run. Like,
I would hope.
I just can't see it.
I personally would go against it, but it is something that would be very safe to do if it's possible.
We see Alpha making his way into NT for the first time, whereas iCup doing a little flip-flop, making his way into GGM for the first time. Probably going to pick up the same Jiggies that Alpha just did.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've talked much about it. What do you guys think about collecting Cheato pages in the first hour?
I think it's a great idea.
You think so?
Like, if they're in your way. Like, I was actually just thinking about that before you said it. Because I was wondering, I wonder if Alf or Gogo thought about collecting any of the, or not Go-Go, iCup thought about collecting any of the MT Cheeto pages while he was walking around, but I mean, there's no real, they're not really in the way. Like, you kind of have to go out of your way for them in MT, but I mean, in GGM, like, there's one near the treble, there's one, you know, I guess the rest of them aren't really in the way, but
Honestly, unless it's like directly in your path, I wouldn't do it because I would focus on getting like honeycombs in some of the BS spots that
Really
we've
gotta maximize
discussed.
your
Yeah.
first hour.
I think what Ring Rush said is probably something really smart. Like, if you're going into like Mumbos to get the van, you know, or the Mumbo Cheetah or honeycomb, like, you may as well just get the van door while you're there, just to not have to transform again.
Really do not like this play from Alpha. Oh, he's just getting the Globo.
Yeah.
Like,
Could have been better. No, he's
like,
getting the Jade Snake Cheeto. I really don't like this. This is eating up so much of his time.
Well, he's getting the Jiggy.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's important.
yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, he could get the Cheeto while he's here, but I mean,
wouldn't.
yeah. I mean, early on, like, Alpha's had a lot of time to
He's
think
going for it.
about. Yeah, Alpha's had a lot of time to think about honeycombs or what to do, like doing GGM first. So I personally think that I probably would have just skipped them in MT. Just because, like what you said, the Cheeto pages in MT are like kind of harder to get, or the honeycombs are harder to get than the Cheeto pages. So
These guys are both running on Nintendo 64, and they're capturing through. I don't know which capture cards they use, but
yeah,
both on console.
I would assume GV-USB too.
You know, I
don't
used to
think Alpha
dazzle
uses a GLSP.
until very recently.
iCup jump. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I switched from Dazzle DVC 100 to a GV USB 2 like maybe 2 years ago. It's like the best switch I've ever made.
I don't think anybody touched the Spiral Mountain page.
No, not yet.
Spiral Mountain is not a level.
Well, I did make the clarification that if you get the Plateau Honeycomb, then your opponent has to get the Spiral Mountain Cheetah page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, see, I feel like it would probably one that I would get just because it takes 4 seconds to get, honestly, and your opponent would have to take like 30 seconds to get the Cheeto page.
Yeah, like not getting it would just be like a terrible move. It's just so in your way.
Unless you want to have like the tightest play ever in your first hour.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, Alpha might have got it. I saw you went up there to get the notes. But I don't know if he got the honeycomb.
Ooh, iCup blew up the wrong rock.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to... Well, I guess he can Death Warp, but...
He's collecting a lot of these Jinjos, too. Like, does he really plan on completing the blue and black families?
I hope he's not planning on completing the blue family. Then again, I don't know where all the blue Jinjos are on this pattern, but...
Yeah, I would assume that like what you'd want is probably like the old 20% pattern for this, because you could have the option to leave the option of getting the green Jinjos too.
Yeah,
and the
I
yellow
kept using
Jinjos.
the new pattern though.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been a green Jinjo in Toxic Waste, but it was blue.
Ooh, that sucks too because he blew up the wrong rock. He didn't have enough health to go for this.
Yeah. When all the new route stuff got found, iCup just straight deleted the old pattern. Because he was like, I'll just run on the new one.
At 1 hour, they're both going to be in the pause menu, and we're going to pull them back into the call. We're going to run through the pause menu of both of them, and we'll talk it out, and we'll type it out to them.
No fear for Alpha. Oh, Alpha's getting the Cheeto page up here.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
This is his second, too. And he's the two slow ones in the level, so...
I mean, he's coming over here to grab the Jiggy too, so it's like, it's whatever, but I mean, yeah, I think it's just unnecessary Cheeto pageage.
Solid pillars, though.
Yeah, good pillars, as expected. Yeah, mid-air jump.
I've never
Nice
seen
one
it.
ring rush.
Like, I imagine it works for sure, but I've never seen
A
it.
mid-air jump there is probably kind of easy too because it's really, really laggy
Right.
when you jump off that ledge.
Icup's getting a lot of Globos. Oh wait, that's his second. Alpha's the one who went all the way out of his way for the Globo.
Yeah.
Jiggy
I
number
always
13 for Alpha.
unintentionally go for a mid-air jump when I'm leaving the pool in Witchy World, and I usually get it. It's kind of talon trot, slide off the edge, and then jump.
Now that's Jiggy number 14 for Alpha. He's going to be able to do 3 puzzles here. And if he is going for 28 Jiggies, which I really would like to see, and I think I'm almost regretting not making this like an hour and 15 to start, but if he can get into GI and collect even 1 honeycomb, that's kind of huge.
Yeah. Like an hour 15 is just the all honeycomb route minus CCL. Probably.
Yeah, it's
no, because you get jiggies in CCL, so it'd probably be minus HFP.
It's hard to pick a good time for this.
Yeah.
Because if
That's the
you
problem
make
with
it an hour and a
challenges.
half,
If you
then
if
they
you
just
give them
get all
too
the
much time,
honeycombs.
they just do
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And then all cheato pages. I think that run is like an hour 50. I don't remember me and iCup did it in the Memer Boards tournament, so.
So you can always press !info to see the current challenge. Alpha wasting valuable time there. That was like 3 seconds he stood still.
He was looking at the cheat sheet.
Maybe. Is he gonna reset here? I hope he does. That'd be the best thing, in my opinion.
Honestly, I wonder like if he's gonna do like Canary Mary right now, because I don't think he's
maybe.
gonna have a better time to do it later.
Doing Canary Mary 1 and then doing Canary Mary 2 and then getting the Cheeto page just to like. I mean, I do like the setup, but it just means iCup gets to collect more honeycombs. But I mean, at the same time, like if he gets more honeycombs, but Alpha's already collected the Cheeto pages, then it's like, it's just less stuff to think about.
So if you have 2 runners and one of them does 14 Jiggies, does a TDL early and an HFP early, collects all honeycombs in literally every level except for GI, they DCW to CCL, versus a runner who collects the 28 Jiggies and gets into GI and holds their DCW, who wins?
I mean, I think there's like pros and cons to both sides.
I would say that it would be close, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, on one hand, it's like the person who holds their DCW, like just gives their opponent easier honeycombs to collect, probably. But on the other hand, the person who doesn't hold their DCW, I guess I meant but on the other hand, if the person holds their DCW to, after they have to collect the challenge, what are they even DCWing to? Like, if their opponent doesn't DCW forward, then they have to collect all their Cheeto pages in early levels, then they don't really have anything to DCW to. Like, there's nothing in the first 4 levels that would really benefit from having a DCW location set up. So it's like, if neither of them do it, then great. If one of them does it, then great. If both of them do it, then they have the opportunity to screw both themselves and their opponent at the same time.
I wonder, can you even get to 1 honeycomb in GI in an hour? Do you think that's possible?
Like, if that was your only goal, no DCW,
Yes.
get to 1 honeycomb in GI?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
I
If you
feel
skip
like it
all
would
the
just
early
be.
honeycombs, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like.
I don't know about that because I mean world
Let's take a
record
look.
for all honeycombs is like, you know, an hour 23, right? Or an hour 20 something.
Yeah.
And I mean that's like, you know, getting jiggies from every level except for GI and HFP. So you're entering GI really late. So I don't know if you'd be able to get into GI in an hour without DCWing.
Not sure.
Well, all
Like,
honeycombs record is a 122.
Yeah.
I will say that, like, if your goal is to like get to GI while still like making sure that your opponent still has stuff to do in the other levels, I don't think you have time to get a single honeycomb in GI.
At 1 hour in your route, GDO, you are collecting the Super Stash Jiggy, which is Jiggy number 26.
Yeah.
I think if you really focus on it, you can make it into GI and collect all the honeycombs
But I
in
mean,
an hour.
yeah, that's also getting all the honeycombs along the way,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
includes all of the JRL honeycombs, which are fairly slow.
Right, you can't DCW to CCL for Jiggies. You just don't set up DCW at all, and you get your Jiggies somewhere else.
I mean, just know that if you have to do Cheato pages in CCL, that's 3 free jiggies that you get there.
Right. Alpha collecting that shit. Alpha's already got 4 Cheato pages. And I hope he's not going to be upset to see that some of these aren't being collected for any good reason.
Yeah, I think that's 2 in each level, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, 2 in MT, 2 in GGM.
But the fact that they both did Canary Mary now really leads me to believe that they're both thinking about DCWing to CCL.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that if I was doing this, I would probably DCW to CCL and just like get my honeycombs, get as many jiggies as I can, and then just like I would just kill the rest of my hour getting jiggies in CCL. Because it's like once you have all 3 honeycombs, you're stuck in CCL because you don't want to have to get 45 jiggies, and so you may as well just stay there and play mini games until your time is up, pause, and then like if you still have easy jiggies to get them, and if you don't, then you just leave.
Yeah, definitely.
Alpha says he's doing something super risky. Let's see what that means.
I mean, I think collecting Cheato pages along the way is just straight up super risky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna collect all 90 jiggies.
We were just talking about that, Dango, and I'm inclined to agree with you. It's just a matter of, is it worth it slotting them in your first hour instead of going for like the super high value plays?
Yeah, definitely. Like all 3 honeycombs in which world it takes wet, like let's just say about a minute to get, since like you would probably get compensation from getting more notes around the tent, right?
But then becoming the van and getting the one in Inferno is a lot longer. Unless you're coming back with clocks.
Yeah, that's basically what I meant. Like, since you're gonna be spending time going around the tent as the van, like you're gonna be saving time later since you won't have to get as many notes, right? So it's not a waste of time.
Using the van to get into Inferno is basically just like buying yourself insurance for Witchy World, because if you go into Inferno, you're getting the Cheato page from the Vandor, you're getting the Honeycomb. That's basically saying, like, my opponent is probably going to do the same thing. So if they do, then I don't need to come back in here again. It's like, I mean, sure, it saves a trip, but also it's like, well, if they do the same thing, at least these cancel each other out.
Yep.
So the question is, are we going to see either of these runners or both of these runners collect more Jiggies after this? They both have 15 Jiggies. They could spend their 30 minutes going for TDL early and HFP early, or they could spend it going for extra Jiggies.
Yeah, I feel like HFP early is definitely the more risky play, but I feel like if you know your opponent well enough and know their skill to actually get the to not be able to get the trick, I feel like it can be so rewarding to even get a single honeycomb in HFP.
No. I don't think we're gonna see. I'm pretty sure both of them don't know how to do it anyway, so guaranteed we're not
Yeah.
gonna see it.
If one person does do HFP early, it's basically just a straight up call out, like, my opponent has to know how to do HFP early or I win, you know?
Yeah.
The more I think about JRL, is I actually don't think that any of the honeycombs are really that worth it in JRL.
I don't think so either.
Because, yeah, I keep thinking about it. Like, obviously, go down, get Talon Torpedo just so you can, get past Klungo 2, go learn Clockworks, and then possibly TDL early. But, I mean, like, the Cheato pages in JRL, assuming that, that's what they do, they're probably not getting all 3 honeycombs for
Right.
sure. And
They're out of the way.
if they don't, then you can just do the ledge clip through Jollies for the Cheeto page in Smugglers real fast. And then there's Pano in town. You don't even have to go down for that.
Yeah, true.
And I mean, the third Cheeto page is like way in Atlantis, but I mean, if you come back with Clockworks, it's like, whatever. So, and the honeycomb in Big Fish is a long way out of the way. So,
the honeycombs in HFP, or the Cheeto pages in HFP, are not very accessible as solo Banjo, because the one that you just straight up can't get is solo Banjo, the one in the Coliseum. And then the other two, one is really hard to get as solo Banjo, and the other one would require you to get the notes for Shack Pack. So,
yeah, you just have to press the train switch, honestly, at that point.
Yeah. And then do the train, which is more time.
Yep. At least it's Jiggy towards GI.
Alright, so Alpha did go back and get that honeycomb under Honeybee.
I think there's some weirdness, Ring Rush, with that one. Maybe you can taxi pack it, but I think I remember like that particular hitbox extension is weird for certain characters for some reason. I don't know the exact answer.
I know it doesn't work as solo KO.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe I made that up. But yeah, you probably can get the Coliseum one with taxi pack. iCup collected more Jiggies. Maybe that's what I was thinking, is you can't get it with Pack-a-Whack. Nice bonk for Alpha.
Really don't want to bonk you.
Aww.
Jiggy number 16 for iCup.
iCup lands in the pool even though he already got the notes. That's funny. So, looking at the timer, I don't know if these runners are going to get as far as we've been speculating. Because without Jiggy Wiggy Special, it's like enter a level, do a few things, enter a level, do a few things. Plus the puzzles eat up a lot of time.
Yeah, they do.
So, I mean, we're already like, 23 minutes away from their timer, and they're still only like just starting things in Witchy World.
Yeah.
iCup not having a good time with this tent rope.
What Jinjo is this on this pattern? Green? Yeah, green.
It's green.
You can get greens.
Yeah, I do think that GI is the bait, honestly. Either it's just barely possible to even get the GI, or it's just straight out impossible.
And the thing about like DCWing to GI as well is that you have to fight Weldar, and so it's just like, I mean, I guess if you DCW with Clockworks, like you can kind of walk around the room and do PTS, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if your goal is only to get a honeycomb in GI, you could always DCW to the toxic waste.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah, is there a world where you just like hard rush Jiggies and then do a DCW to Toxic Waste and collect some in GI, collect some in HFP, and then hope you can get 45 Jiggies before your opponent can get the Jiggies required for GI and potentially HFP? I mean, it's so many Jiggies though, 45.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what Ring Rush said. It's like, I mean, yeah, GI, HFP, I mean, plus it's a lot of time on the clock. Like, by the time they even get to JRL and DCW, they'll probably only have like 10 minutes left or less. Just
Yeah.
because they're still doing things in Witchy World. iCup only has 4 honeycombs, too. And, like, Alpha's already collected, like, that many Cheato pages.
Would it be cheating to copy your file at like 50 minutes in DCW store, then change your mind past the hour? You have to collect your Cheato pages on the same file on which you collect your honeycombs.
I guess you could do that, like if you expect like someone, your opponent, to do like CCL Cheeto pages, you DCW to CCL only for the Cheeto pages. But if like if it's GI, for example, then you say, all right, I'm done with CCL, and you go to GI instead. It would pretty much guarantee a 14 GB route. That's not a bad idea when you think about it, honestly. Of course, it takes like 12 minutes to get all Cheeto pages in CCL, but you save 12 minutes from not getting Jiggies.
There's no way it takes 12 minutes to get all 3 honeycombs in CCL.
Yeah.
12, all 3 Cheeto pages.
Oh, 3
including-
Cheeto pages, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said honeycombs, and I was like, no.
See, I think I like Claire's idea there. I think it's a valid strategy. Like you say, all right, I'm not doing anything in GI or CCL, but I'll be ready to go in either if I have to.
Yeah, but then you're basically just throwing the rest of your time away.
You're basically like getting all the honeycombs that you can in the early game, pretty much.
I think I want to point out here that Alpha's gained some time because they were basically at the same point doing the puzzles, except Alpha had a few more Cheeto pages collected than iCup. And now, Alpha's already collected his 2 honeycombs. This will be his 3rd honeycomb in the level. And now he's going to do his DCW, or I guess not, never mind. I don't know what his plan is here. Notes?
Yeah, he's got his grenades up. He's gonna DCW here.
iCup is
No,
going...
he already did Gondola.
Yeah,
Already did Gondola DCW.
Does he thinks he can only hit the button from over here? Or he really
maybe
wanted those
he
2 notes?
maybe he failed Gondola DCW.
No, I saw him. He did Conditioner Special.
Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking iCup. iCup did Gondola DCW.
Yeah.
That's right.
And iCup's
Okay.
going around as the van. He got the blue Jinjo again, which I guess he's planning on getting blue Jinjos somehow. And
Maybe.
Alpha's already out of Witchy World. He's got his DCW set up. He's got his 3 honeycombs. I think he's just straight up ahead of iCup at this point.
I do wonder if like Alpha's plan was just to get the 10 notes in front of the gems.
Yeah. That could have been the only reason why he would have jumped from the honeycomb spot, unless he just didn't know he could hit the button from up there.
Yeah, I think maybe he just wanted the notes. Because I didn't see how many notes he had. but if he's trying to get to Talent Torpedo, he would be like, I mean, he did get like a lot of notes in GGM, but he didn't get the treble or anything. I guess we'll find out, because I imagine he'll learn Ice Eggs.
I don't think there's any reason to need Clockworks in CCL. Or Cheato Pages. Pot of Gold doesn't need them, B Game doesn't need them, and Canary Mary doesn't need them.
I mean, the only reason why you would go to Clockworks first is that you would not have 15 minutes to wait because they're only 43 minutes in.
At what time do you DCW to CCL, you think? 55 minutes? 57
Yeah.
minutes?
Probably 55, yeah.
He's learning Ice Eggs.
Yeah. I think learning Ice Eggs is a pretty clear, I'm gonna go to CCL kind of flag. I don't really see any other reason to have Ice Eggs in this challenge.
The thing about DCWing right now
Break-in, maybe.
is if your opponent does a no DCW route, you've only set up honeycombs in the first 3 levels. And maybe you go and collect those Cheato pages in CCL when you never needed to. Your opponent will then just go collect the Cheato pages in the first 3 levels, use their held DCW to go collect the Cheetos in CCL. Meanwhile, they've already collected honeycombs in JRL, maybe TDL, and you're kind of just out of luck there.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning, like it's like if one person or the other person does DCW but not both, then it's kind of just like it's like there's pros and cons to both sides. It's like the person who held their DCW all of a sudden doesn't have anywhere to use it, but they have easy jiggies to collect.
Yeah.
Like, all of this time that Alpha's spending on this honeycomb means what for iCup? That he's got to collect 20 doubloons? Like...
Which arguably is longer.
Yeah, it is longer,
but not
iCup's
much
gonna go get a
longer.
better honeycomb, you know?
Yeah.
Or smugglers, right? Yeah, they're both gonna get Talent Torpedo for sure here.
Yeah, it's about a minute down, so Alpha's gonna be getting his Talent Torpedo around like probably 46:15-ish. Oh yeah, he'll absolutely be getting Atlantis Honeycomb.
Yeah.
If you're going down there, there's no reason. It's just right there. You just leave and then Talent Torpedo.
Looks like we have iCup already setting up for the Pano Cheato page.
I don't think that this is a good play at all. They're spending so much time speculating in the first hour when they could be really working towards making it hard for their opponent.
Yeah. I think this is what makes this race really interesting, is that it's not about going far and making it hard for your opponent, but it's getting your opponent to collect less efficient things while also doing efficient setup yourself.
I don't think
so. Like
doubloons now is efficient setup.
I mean,
and think about how hard punished he would have gotten if Alpha didn't collect any honeycombs here.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That is very true. But I mean, you kind of can't take that risk because, I mean, going for DCW, if you DCW, you're either not learning, Talent Torpedo, or you're not like going through Klunga, right? I mean, obviously, like you could do something else and just like DCW to credits or something, but then it's like you're kind of throwing, right? Or DCWing to like upper TDL. So I would assume that my opponent would be getting Talent Torpedo, and if that's the case, then you're getting at least one Cheato page
Alpha
in
didn't
the
get
level.
The warp pad. So if Alpha gets forced down here again, which it looks like he is, because picking up this honeycomb, he's gonna have to do a swim again.
only if he needs to collect more than two Cheeto pages.
Right, which Icup's gonna go down and get the honeycomb in Atlantis too.
Yeah, but do you think he's gonna get the simi fish?
No. Oh,
Then
I
Alpha
guess
can
I
just do
understand.
the
The 2 on
yeah.
the
Alpha
0%
can just
chance.
do the clip through the unless
Yeah.
he doesn't know it, but I'm sure he does. He's been doing a lot of memer boards, so you never know.
So there's 12 minutes left in the first hour. You know, Alpha has the opportunity to go do some TDL early attempts.
Yeah.
Alpha is just directly ahead of Icup right now.
I will say that at this point, I don't think any of them are going for the HFP early play, honestly.
No way.
There's just no time for that.
There is not a single person in this tournament other than you that would go for HFP early.
Thunderstorm did.
Guaranteed.
Thunderstorm did already.
Thunder did. Thunder did.
Yeah. Maybe this should have been Thunder's challenge right there.
I mean, CCL honeycombs are so fast. You DCW to CCL, you can probably pick up all the honeycombs in a minute or less.
Yeah, the HFP early was in a challenge last year where time didn't matter. It was just if you do it, you win.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought Alpha's second egg was gonna keep going.
Sunder, shut up while we're trying to talk you up.
Yeah, it's about going for it,
Yeah.
not about getting it. It just makes it
About
so
sending
much
a
more
message.
impressive if you actually get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on one hand, I'm thinking, like, how much more interesting this challenge could have been if it was, like, an hour and 10. And on the other hand, I'm also thinking, like, this is already, like, really interesting, the amount of thinking that goes into this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like a 105 would be pushing it, honestly.
What do you mean?
I feel like it just allows for too much at 105 because, as we said, like with with an hour flat, we don't necessarily know if GI is even a possibility at this point.
Alpha's going for TDL early. I think he's got to have a time in his mind where, like, if he doesn't get TDL early by that time, he just needs to give up on it and run to his DCW.
Yeah.
Or he's planning on holding his DCW, which is also...
Icup is going for the simi fish after all.
Ooh. I really
Yeah,
don't
so
like this. But I worked
Yeah, so
out for him.
Alpha will have to do the swim back down, but I mean... Ooh, Alpha's doing Dawn Clip. I mean, but again, he's been doing lots of memer boards,
Yeah.
so I know he knows how to do it.
I mean, it's also done in no DCW, right?
Oh, yeah,
Not
yeah,
anymore.
Oh,
Not
no.
anymore. Not with the new route.
Oh, he got it.
No. Alright, that should be good.
Yeah, as,
Yep.
as Ring Rush pointed out, Alpha skipped his MT page.
Yeah.
But it's okay, he's already got 2 MT pages. What is he doing? Oh,
he's gonna do a clockwork shot to the honeycomb, which is pretty far.
You can't do
Yeah,
this,
I don't think so.
Yeah,
There's no way.
Ooh,
This-
Oh!
you can climb. You can climb. It's very, very easy to climb that pile. And he says, fuck it. He doesn't know how to do
he's
it.
giving up.
So easy to do, though. Because time is important. As Ring Rush said, neutral stick. You jump, land. Jump, drift, land.
Ah.
I mean,
He's
you can do
giving
it
up.
up too. That's how I do.
Yeah, but you gotta, like, be frame perfect then, so.
Yeah, you kind of do. Yeah, TDL honeys do matter more.
If Alpha
Right.
gets this first try, he's in an excellent spot.
Yeah. I don't think Icup will even have a chance at getting TDL honeycombs
No.
unless he gives up on TCL.
Ooh,
which
that's
that's a
there's no
really
way.
good. That's a really good lineup. Alpha's just
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
there you go. Yeah, Alpha using the shoe strat.
Go, 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 go. You have plenty of time.
No, no, no. He's got to
No.
wait for the.
He's got plenty
Yeah,
of
He's got to
time.
wait.
You can't just rush it, otherwise the clockwork will blow up before the enemy respawns.
Well, yeah, but he
Yeah.
had plenty of time.
Yeah, there's no reason to
Very nice.
not wait.
So good from Alpha.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a really good
Yeah.
TDL early.
I think that like seals the deal. I think there's no way Alpha loses this unless he like dies in CCL.
I mean, again, iCup can just DCW to TDL if
But
he doesn't
Alpha's
use
gonna
his DCW.
DCW to CCL. He has
I mean,
to.
he could.
He's already done Canary Mary. He has to.
Yeah, he could still die in TDL, but
That's true, but I mean, there's not a whole lot to die to. Like, he gets.
even one honeycomb
Okay.
would be enough to make it count.
Cause like
Okay, there's
The-
one,
the
and then he
3
gets the
Cheetos
next
in the
one
level.
right in the lake, and Styrak is
And
like
then-
right around the corner.
I almost think you don't even go for Styrak, because, like, how important is it to force that third Cheeto page? Like, as long as you force him into the level, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
the Cheato page sucks to get if you don't have like the notes.
Yeah, I
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
he's not even going
He's
for it.
DCW into CCL.
So what is it? Boulder by Membo, and then the other one is.
Behind Wumba.
Oh, that's right, in the clockwork hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, which are way harder than the honeycombs. Not that they're hard, but they're more time consuming. Yeah, and now he's going to Mingy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we get to see a good fight from a good Mingy.
So remember, we gotta remember
Good.
two
I hope there's
honeycombs
no
in.
Minky fight.
We gotta remember 2 honeycombs in TDL because it's not gonna show up on his totals.
Oh, good call. Yes.
Yeah, same with what he gets in CCL. But I mean,
call.
he'll have way too much time.
hmm
Like, go to CCL and then just collect his honeycombs and then just I don't know, sit.
Yeah.
Do Canary Mary probably.
iCup, I think, does know TDL early, but he definitely did not have enough time. Like, honestly, maybe he had enough time, but he would have been really risking it, and I don't think it would have been worth it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Alpha get his honeycombs and then do as much Canary
And
Mary as he can
Remember,
before the countdown.
he needs to be paused at an hour. The punishment for not being paused at 1 hour is resetting, plus a 2-minute penalty.
Oh.
So, be fucking paused at 1 hour.
Do we set them a reminder or what?
I will.
Okay.
In about 2 minutes, I'll remind them.
Okay. So wait, Alpha did not get the Mingy Jungle Jiggy.
No, he doesn't need it.
Yeah. He wants to get the honeycombs as soon as possible.
Which
Oh,
I
yeah.
fully support. And he's walking so slow.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
And he is definitely not going to beak bomb through the honeycomb behind Pot of Gold, is he? He's going to land for
he
it,
can
right?
he learned airborne eggs. Oh no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh my god, he is gonna beak bomb.
No, he's not. He's going to land. There's no way. And the bees, I hope the bee doesn't kill him. He is being so sick. He's going to get the trash can first.
Yeah.
Like, fuck this.
That's actually really funny.
And he's-
Alright, to the
dirt patch
entrance.
is perfect.
Dirt patches.
I wonder if he doesn't even get the one behind Pot of Gold. Ah, nice first
Oh
dirt
my
patch.
god! First try!
Damn.
Damn, Alpha has 15 honeycombs.
Yeah. If you
That's-
ever join the stream and you want to know what the category is, press !info.
Damn, icup's gonna be so sad when
Yes.
he's gonna learn that he's getting all these jiggies for nothing.
Zernicus just pointed out, split up. Split up and you can't die.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he can just get the honeycomb as solo K if he wants to.
iCup's getting so many single Jinjos. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he's thinking he wants to get as close to 28 as possible, just in case.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, purples, blues, like.
yeah, I don't think that was right.
Yeah, I think Alpha's fine. He's gonna land
Oh,
probably
that fucking
far,
bee
far
is
away.
so scary. Okay, get out of there.
Oh,
Get
there
out
he
of there.
is.
Okay.
He's out of there. He's out of there.
All right, at Alpha, at iCup. Remember to be paused at 1 hour.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, you stay in flight for that. You stay in flight for that.
I was so close to landing.
I think
Oh,
Alpha's
the-
gonna wait here. He's gonna sit here until an hour.
He should be sitting there paused.
Yeah, right?
TVH.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't think he knows like how long this first race is gonna take.
Is he going for it?
Yeah, he's getting in there.
I think this is okay.
You can pause during the race anyway,
Okay,
but
you-
Alpha said he was gonna do the race without pausing, so.
Yeah, right? What is this music, by the way? Does the Canary Mary music not play after you've DCW'd?
Guess not.
Oh, does he not have Canary Mary music?
No, it's just the CCL DCW music, and he's paused. I guess
Oh.
he's just gonna sit here. Yeah, I mean, you might as well
Nope.
finish the race at this point.
Yeah, he's still got a minute.
He's gonna play so safe just so that he doesn't forget.
Nah, Alpha's pausing because he has to.
He's got this, right?
Yeah.
iCup's sitting on his pause. I really hope Alpha doesn't run off the edge here. iCup's not going anywhere because he's just being safe.
iCup didn't get all 3 honeycombs? Uh-oh.
Oh.
I think Alpha just wins this unless he dies.
Yeah, the 3 honeycombs in TDL is,
What is he doing? Okay.
Okay, now he's paused.
All right.
Alright.
We'll bring him in. And I mean, I think on their screens they're probably ready to be brought in, but I'll wait until the timer says an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah.
Alright.
All right. Let's
Pull
bring
him
him in.
All right,
That's not
GG's.
G's. Okay. Phase
My
1
God,
is over.
bro.
Nobody incurred any penalties there. So, Alpha, can you please go through your view totals and tell us what honeycombs you collected? And I'll
Okay.
DM iCup what he needs to get.
Okay,
I was thinking no pedo, but
I got the one in Plateau. I
Okay,
got
so IOH, which means iCup, you're gonna have to get the Cheato page in Spiral Mountain. Okay, next MT.
Okay.
all right. MT, I got 2 of 3.
Okay,
GGM, I got 3 of 3.
okay,
Witchy World, I got 3 of 3.
okay,
Jolly Rogers Lagoon, I got 2.
okay.
And then I can't go into. And then TDL, I got
TDL,
2.
you got 2.
Right.
You got 2.
And then 2 in TDL and 3 in CCL.
Okay, so that's that. CCL3, so that is iCup, what you have to get. And then iCup, can you run through your totals? Tell us what Alpha's going to have to get.
yep, I got the one in Isle of Hags,
Right,
and then 1 in MT,
okay,
then 2 in GGM,
okay,
3 in Witchy World,
okay.
3 in JRL,
JRL3, okay.
and 3 in CCL.
3 in CCL. So let me...
CL, okay.
TDL 0, GI 0, HFP 0, and then CCL 3, you said? Or 2? iCup?
The CCL, I said 3.
3, okay.
We basically have the same except a couple of in TDL.
Right. Okay. So, now what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you 3, 2, 1, go. You guys both have it written down. You know what you got to do now, right?
Yeah, I have your DM. Yeah.
Time ends on collecting the last Cheato page you need. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go. You guys are going to unpause and continue and get the Cheetos you need. And we'll send you back into your loan calls. All right? We good? We understand? We know what's going on?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
iCup?
Yep.
All right. So, are you guys ready to start?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, then start again in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, so yes, I can go ahead and I can post what both runners need. So this is what Alpha needs.
So iCup does have a lot of jiggies though, so he can just straight up open TDL at this point. I think. I don't know if he'll TDL early. He might. He knows how to do it for sure.
Spirit Phase, what the heck is going on? If you press !info on any Banjo-Tooie Challenge Series race, you'll get to see what the current category is. These guys are now in Phase 2 of the challenge, which I'll swap to iCup audio for Phase 2. Which means they are now collecting Cheato pages in each level equal to the number of honeycombs that their opponent just collected. So I just posted in the chat which Cheato pages each runner will need. And we're gonna hope that neither runner dies before they finish their CCL Cheetos.
I also gotta love the clickbait with the image that you drew, since we will not be seeing any honeycomb or Cheeto page in GI.
Right? Well, that's like a Cole classic.
So what is Alpha doing right now?
Baby.
He's doing Canary Mary 4, but he's pausing because he can't
Okay.
mash for that long.
He doesn't have
Okay.
the stamina. Hear that, ladies?
Yeah. Or the conditioner, the conditioner strat that he is so famous for.
Shoutouts to Asmi's strat where he did a slower route in CCL, where he did basically Canary Mary 3 at the very beginning so that he could split the two races.
Claire, honestly, not understandable.
Yeah, there's methods of mashing that aren't that bad.
Yeah.
Including the one in my tutorial playlist.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Including the one in
That was a
iCup!
rough death.
Oh, that was
Oh.
a terrible death. Oh my goodness.
Well, at least it was only a solo K, right?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Dying there is BK.
I've definitely lost runs there before.
Alright, does Alpha know how to get back?
Now where's iCup going? He's just like not even
Fall
there.
Alpha. Don't just
No,
blind jump this. Oh, yikes. Okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh! He's just like trusting it.
Alright, iCup's done with jumping on the mountain to the button. He's just landing on it.
Sunder, I won't make you do Canary Mary tomorrow, but whether or not your opponent will make you do Canary Mary, I can't tell you. So you just kind of outed yourself as someone who can't do Canary Mary, so I hope Znernicus is taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
No, the meta moves. Alright, iCup is definitely pretty far back this time. Past the grenade stage, he's fine. He didn't go too. I was thinking like if iCup went that far back on the grenade, he would hit the Minjo, but the Minjo's in front of the ice egg. So
You know, that would be kind of cool if I just gave them the same challenge, but with, like, instead of Cheetos and honeycombs, it was, like, collect as many Jinjos and then your opponent's got to collect Jiggies. That'd be kind of cool.
yeah.
That'd be cool to, like, collect Jinjos, like, go through JRL and collect the GI Jinjo. That'd be cool. Force your opponent into GI. But no, that's not what the challenge is going to be. In fact, the challenge for Znernicus and Sunder tomorrow will be one of the challenges that Ring Rush sent me. So you'll get to see that tomorrow. Hopefully, Ring Rush didn't spill the beans.
Alright, Alpha's made it into pot of gold now.
Is it Lieutenant Boo? That's a great idea too. You guys need to be DMing me these things instead of putting them out there where everyone could see.
Yeah.
Learning more jumpless strat, so baby.
So that is the first Cheeto page in the level for iCup. That's in fact the first Cheeto page at all for iCup.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
yeah, Alpha's just ahead on Cheeto pages too. Like,
Yeah. Alpha's got like 6 Cheeto pages or something. He collected a ton early, and he's like I'm pretty sure he's gotten all the ones he needs in MT and GGM, so he doesn't even need to go back there. Aside from maybe, you know, cutting through GGM to go into Witchy World to do Saucer of Peril. And then how many? He has one Cheeto page in He has one Cheeto page in Witchy World already, right?
which one did he get? The van?
He got the one in Inferno for sure,
Yeah, that
but
makes
I don't
sense.
remember if he collected the other one.
Does Alpha not have to go
No,
back to
he didn't go into
MT?
Cave of Horrors.
Alpha, because he's got 2 in MT. Yeah, and iCup is only making him go back for once. Yeah, Alpha doesn't have to touch MT again or GGM again,
Yeah.
which is actually really sick. It really worked out for him. iCup's gonna have to return to every level, and he's gonna have to get into TDL.
Yeah. At least if he doesn't feel like doing TDL early, he has enough jiggy. I think he has enough jiggies to actually open the level, right?
Wait, why the heck is iCup here?
iCup's still collecting Jiggies. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't plan on doing TDL early, I don't think.
He's got 21 though. So what is he accomplishing here? He's getting
I'm not
lucky for
sure.
what?
Maybe he's...
No, he just does not understand what he's doing, I think.
I mean, he's gotta know how much TDL costs.
He
Like,
has to.
he's a Banjo runner.
Yeah. Like, he even did the old 100% route that got exactly 20 jiggies to open TDL.
If I'm being honest, I think iCup is just checked out. I think iCup saw how much more Alpha got than him, and he's like, I'm just gonna play until this is over.
I mean, Alpha only got 3 more honeycombs than he did. It's
DM's
not that
fine.
bad.
He's got 0 in GI and 0 in HFP he needs to get, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, iCup's even done, like, a bunch of memer board stuff. I don't know. iCup is iCup should definitely know how much it costs to open TDL.
But, yeah. Alpha's on his way to collect his last Cheeto page in CCL, and then he's out of here. I mean, if we're looking at what Alpha has to do, he still has to do all of Witchy World. He's got to do the Saucer Apparel, the fun stuff. He's got to go get the Spiral Cheeto page, and he's got to get one more Cheeto page in JRL, but then that's it. And not to bring up the past or anything, but iCup did say he'd donate $500 to the winner if Alpha beats him by an hour. Just saying.
I don't think Alpha's gonna beat him by
I
an
don't
hour.
think so either.
Not anywhere near with the levels they have to do.
If iCup dies in CCL before getting the last Cheeto page, why is he in Trash Can? What is he
What?
thinking? Maybe he thinks he...
Maybe he thinks there's a Cheeto page in Trash Can?
No,
like,
there is no way.
I guess he thinks that he still needs to go to GI? I don't know.
I mean, there's a chance that because you open TDL and GI at the same time in 100%, he thinks that you need 28
Yeah.
Jiggies in order to get into TDL.
I mean, let's let the stream go for just a little while longer and see what iCup is doing here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because I would hate for him to, like, lose by not understanding the rules of the challenge. And he's getting these Jinjos, man. That's Spiral Cheato for Alpha. Alpha needs the last Cheato in... Or he needs 3 Cheetos in JRL. And then the stuff in Witchy World, and he's done.
Yeah, like he's like he's still here. I think like even saying like, you know, in the rules you may not collect extra honeycombs after like the first phase is over.
I mean, it's not even honeycombs that he's getting.
Well, Saxo, so it's not necessarily that it's just a bad route, it's he's doing things he doesn't need to do. He has no reason to collect more jiggies. So the fact that he's collecting more jiggies leads me to believe that he doesn't understand what he needs to do.
Alright.
Because there is nothing anywhere saying that he needs more jiggies, unless he for some reason thinks he needs 28 to open TDL.
Yeah. I think that's the only explanation.
Yeah.
Right, Alpha's going into Panos, so let's see if he's gonna do the oh, he's blown open the door.
Weenie!
Dang,
Weenie alert.
man!
I did
When did
type
Alpha
GI.
give
I typed GI
when did Alpha
0.
give 10 as controller?
Well, I typed them in... I formatted it properly. I'll literally... Here's a picture of what iCup sees.
Yeah, you did copy and paste it.
So
Yeah,
there's
like...
no... Here. There is no ambiguity here.
Yeah, that's fairly clear.
Yeah, it's just that you cannot have like new lines in the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna collect the B stuff now. So let's see what he does when he gets to his puzzles.
That's not our problem if he misreads the goal.
I still don't want people to lose because I want people to lose because the other person played better, not read better, you know?
True.
Yeah, that's true. This is a real iCup moment.
Unga bunga.
Yeah, I think a rule clarification is pretty straightforward. I mean, iCup knows he has to do the Zubba game anyway,
Right.
hopefully. It's just everything along the way.
Lag? Oh, that's just lag, okay.
Yeah, iCup's stream has done that a couple times.
Wow, Alpha collected all 25 doubloons. Says, I don't know how to do skew.
Yep.
We're just gonna have to ask iCup afterwards. Like, we don't need to keep speculating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any like the questions aren't getting answered if we're just talking amongst ourselves, you know.
But
yeah.
He's making his way to the B game now. He's gonna collect his last Cheeto page and he'll be out of here.
Alright. Pano making a mint today.
Yeah, right? He's not getting stolen from today.
Yeah. So in total, Alpha needs 13 Cheeto pages plus the extra ones that he got, which aren't too many.
Right.
He got 2 in JRL already, right? Oh, he didn't come in here.
He didn't get any Cheeto pages in JRL yet. Or-
Yeah, well, he got Pano now.
He just got Pano. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he came in here earlier after he blew it up, but he just like was getting doubloons after that. So this is gonna be it for JRL, and then he's just like got to
still-
go back to.
He needs to do the swim to the bottom.
Oh, that's right, because iCup got all of the Cheetos. He's looking for feathers, I think. Yeah, and then got to redo that swim.
You should almost do the swim from here.
You don't have enough air to make it, I don't
Really?
think.
You have enough air to make it to the warp pad at least?
No, because you have to go all the way down, then you have to go all the way up one path and down the other, and then all the way to the warp pad.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you'd have enough air to make it like
I don't know
into
either.
Atlantis.
If he's looking for feathers, they're like where you learn Sabakwa game.
I don't know. I guess I do know why he's looking for feathers.
Did iCup get all 3 Cheeto
He's at
pages?
10 feathers, I think, right now.
No, he's at 1 feather.
Oh, there. I guess there's some in the can in the gunpowder room.
Mm-hmm.
iCup's gonna go get Spiral Mountain Cheeto page now. And hopefully this is iCup's 4th Cheeto page. Because I think I saw some fuckery with
Oh, Alpha! Okay. I thought he was gonna jump into those gold feathers. Both of them. Oh yeah, I don't know if if iCup got Canary
He
Mary.
didn't!
Oh! He didn't do Canary Mary 2,
He didn't!
right?
He needs 45 jiggies.
That's why he's getting
Oh,
jiggies.
Oh, wait, is Alpha
Oh, he
gonna
never
beat
did
him
Canary
by an
Mary
hour?
2. Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, he knew. That's why he sounded so like sigh when he did. That's why he sighed when you were telling him what he had to do, because he knew that he didn't have Canary Mary 3 set up.
Oh no.
We definitely don't
Oh.
hold iCup to this $500 thing.
Rip.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny
It's
to
just a
joke
silly
about,
comment,
but yeah, it's not serious.
Oh.
Yeah, Like I said earlier, make sure you got your Canary Marys done and all 4 eggs, just in case.
Did you just get a honeycomb?
He did. He's not thinking. He's on autopilot.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, I'm sure iCup knows that he's like done, right? Because like he only got 2 out of 3 honeycombs. So even if Alpha didn't set up Canary Mary, iCup knows that Alpha only needed 2 out of 3 of the Cheeto pages. Alright,
Yep.
there's all 3 Cheeto pages in JRL for
He just
Alpha.
needs to do Witchy World.
Alright. So we could be done in about 15 minutes there.
I think so. That was a nice one from iCup there. I wonder if he's going to do TDL early off of this, or if he's just going for Jiggies.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he'll do TDL early for Jiggies.
Right.
And Cheeto pages, but... Oh, he is going for Relic. I mean, why not, right? You need
He's just gonna
so
do the
many
puzzles
Jiggies.
anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this is one of the things that I said to Cole, that I think this challenge is really, really cool. And we were deciding, do we want to do it with Jiggy Wiggy Special or not? And we ultimately decided on Jiggy Wiggy Special. One of the reasons we were thinking maybe we shouldn't, is because you could run into a situation like this, where, like, you just know one person's going to win, and then it completely takes the excitement out of it. There is no way Alpha loses at this point unless he gets 490 points on Saucer Apparel 18 times in a row. Like,
I would actually argue it's probably more than 18 times in a row.
Yes.
Like, Saucer Apparel is a long game, but, I mean, iCup definitely has, like, a lot of gameplay ahead of him. Because all his fast Jiggies are gone.
right.
He has 27 Jiggies. well, 28 in a second, but it's like, you know, another 17 jiggies with such little access, plus the other worlds he has to go into. Like, it's just
Yeah.
like Alpha could just play the rest of the challenge with his feet, and he would probably still be good.
You gotta hand
Yeah.
it to Alpha though. Alpha honestly played so well.
Yeah.
And he
Alpha-
planned it out perfectly, and he got the first try TDL early for the icing on top. Like, he played so well.
Yeah. Alpha did a good combination of offense and defense in his choice, preventing like unnecessary backtracking into like, you know, the early levels by getting really fast things, and he made sure he was prepared to go into CCL.
Zernicus, if we allowed Jiggy Wiggy Special for this challenge, we would have made it like a 30-minute phase 1. Like 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah. If Jiggy Wiggy Special was allowed, they could have gotten all 25 Cheeto pages. Or honeycombs.
In an hour, yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been difficult to do it. Because not needing to collect any jiggies, just going straight for notes and honeycombs, that's just like...
Insult to injury. And you know, I think this is why iCup sounded so disappointed. Not because he heard that, like, Alpha got the extra stuff in TDL, but that he realized that he was kind of screwed out of CCL here. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh no.
Now the question is, does Alpha know which Mumbo pad turns on the saucer? 'Cause,
I think he-
last
So-
challenge he didn't.
So it's funny, really early in the bingo, I was thinking to myself, like, man, you know, we were talking about how Alpha was so far ahead with honeycombs, he collected
Yeah.
Cheeto pages, and he was ahead. Well, I guess that's, I mean, it's actually amazing that Alpha was able to set up Canary Mary 2,
Yeah.
be 3 honeycombs ahead, and have a bunch of Cheeto pages. Well, iCup was only at 13 honeycombs by the end.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I don't know. I think iCup just hasn't been playing Tooie that much.
Uh-huh.
And on top of it, in the last like 3 weeks, Alpha has run like almost 100 memer board categories.
Yeah.
So he's definitely got random like Tooie like knowledge
Uh-huh.
in his fingers. Yeah, iCup did go really ham on jiggies.
Yeah.
Yeah, which Alpha didn't end up needing, that's true. And iCup did collect a lot of random Jinjos as well.
Yeah. I mean, those blue and purple Jinjos are going to come in handy for 45, but...
See, if I was doing this challenge, I would have 100% forgot to power up a Saucer of Peril.
I'd have forgotten to do Canary Mary 1 and 2.
I always forget to turn on Saucer of Peril.
Now, does Alpha know how to get up there?
He should. I would hope.
I would hope as well.
I do wonder if it's even faster to do like a second trip to Witcher World much later if you have to do the Saucer of Peril, like just in a general case where your only goal is to get that Cheeto page.
What do you mean?
Like, you know how in most categories we go through GGM with speeches to reach the Saucer, right?
Right.
The other, if you were to do Witcher World in one trip to get to the Saucer, you would have to end Witcher World with like Gondola, not even DCWing. I guess obviously in that category would it be extremely bad to do, but if let's say in a bingo you only had this to do, I would wonder what's the fastest way to
Right.
get to the Saucer.
Well, Alpha's going for the condition.
I mean, it would probably just be conditioner special, shoot the, like, jump down, shoot the button, and then do Saucer.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then you, like, I don't know, it depends on the category, but if you need honeycombs, there's a honeycomb here. I don't know if I'd end end it here, because after this you could like jump down and do dodgems and
Right.
do Star Spinner as well. So if you were doing other things in Witchy World, you could just set up a bunch of stuff in Space Zone, do Saucer, jump down, and then do everything else.
Yeah.
He's hitting the pad just to be extra safe.
Nice.
Yeah, gotta talk to the Saucer first.
Let's. I'm gonna swap to his audio.
All right, let's round out this challenge with all blues.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Wouldn't that?
All right, 1 in 1,000 right here, right now.
Oh, it's way more than 1 in 1,000.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you
like,
mean?
I mean, the chances of getting all blues.
I mean, didn't Valem look at the code to say that it was 1 in 1,000?
I don't think so. If it was 1 in 1,000, I'm sure that more than 2 people in the entire time I've been running the game would have gotten it.
Falcon's
True.
gotten it. Suffocation's gotten it.
And Mad Taz has got it.
gotten it.
Oh, and yeah. And that's it.
I don't know. 1 in 1,000 sounds right. You think like PG's gotten to Saucer of Peril 1,000 times? Probably not. 1,000's a lot of times.
Yeah, 1,000 is a lot of times.
True. I wonder, is this gonna be Alpha's last Cheeto page there?
Pretty sure it is.
I think so. Because what was the totals he needed to get?
I'll read them off again. So he has to do the 1 in Spiral Mountain, 1 in Mayhem Temple, which he got in the first hour, 2 in GGM, which he also already got, all 3 in Witchy World, which this will be his third, all 3 in JRL, and then all 3 in CCL.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think he's been to Spiral yet.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I think he did, right?
We saw iCup go to Spiral Mountain, but I don't think Alpha's been there.
We'll see what happens if Alpha stands still here after grabbing
Yeah.
his Cheeto page. He did? Okay.
Oh, he did Spiral? Okay. Oh, he got it out of CCL.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the best
Yeah,
place
we
to get
were
it anyways.
we were probably still watching iCup trying to figure out what he was doing back then.
Yeah.
Upon loading into the Saucer Apparel, the game checks the RNG value to see whether it fulfills a 1 in 1,000 condition. If this condition is satisfied, it sets a flag 0x15, 1 in the flag block located at 0x12C774. That's the US version. This yields to All Blues Easter egg, using the term Easter egg since this is deliberately placed in the code. Thank you.
There we go.
Damn.
Yeah, 1 in 1,000 sounds about right.
So we gotta test that out. See if it's possible to get it on the main menu.
I mean, I get it that like people say that like it should be more common than that, but at the same time, who gets there and runs?
I remember when people used to think it had something to do with like TDL early or whatever weird trick Mad Taz was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, because Mad Taz was the only person who got it at that point.
It's
That's
a very
funny.
easy trick, Cinernicus, and don't let anybody scare you. Alright, Alpha's got more than enough points for this Cheeto page.
Nice.
Yeah, that's like the entire hard part about the trick. Unless you talk to 10, then then it's impossible.
And GG.
Alright, GG.
Time.
He's gonna go ahead and check his totals. He's got 3 in Witchy World. Well, it's not gonna show him Spiral. He needs to go 1 over. He's not gonna. Alright, let's bring him in. Where's the... Alright, GG's.
GG's.
As soon as the second phase started, I'm like, Wow, I lost.
iCup, we didn't realize that you didn't do Canary Mary 2 when we were going over the second phase stuff, and we spent so long trying to figure out why you were still collecting Jiggies, and then it wasn't until later we were like, oh,
Uh-huh.
that's
Yeah.
why.
Uh-huh. That was rough.
Yeah,
Yes,
my-
Because
I
when you were
really
in
like this
Spiral Mountain,
strategy.
we were like, okay, he should have 4 Cheeto pages, and then you only had 3, and we were like, oh, I see.
My fear was he was gonna get 20 and go to GI, and I was just like, well, if he does that, then I just
Well,
lose.
GI is not 20.
GI is 28, and that's really hard to do in an hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's-
28.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier on. Like,
Unless you DCW to toxic waste, I guess.
But then you would be not DCW to CCL, which you both did very correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew from the beginning that I wanted to end my hour in the CCL.
Right.
yeah.
Same. Yeah, that's what I did as well.
I gotta say, Alpha honestly played that very close to perfectly.
Really?
Very close to perfectly, yeah.
That was pretty good.
I mean,
I was-
I
Yeah.
think you collected a lot of Cheeto pages in the first hour that you probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But, you know, you
I
did collect a couple in MT, which was good defense, and you also had an excellent TDL early.
Oh my god,
which
I was like,
pushed you
thank
over the edge
fucking
For those
god.
extra 2 honeycombs, which was huge.
Because if I failed that for like another minute or a minute 30, I was done. Like, I
Yeah,
was
you would have had to just
completely
get out of
toast.
there. Go straight to CCL.
Yeah.
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 That was clutch.
And it makes sense. You've done so many meme reward categories.
Oh yeah, I've done. I
It's
mean,
like-
TDL early is not a hard trick. It's just a matter of setting it
Yeah,
up
exactly.
fast enough. It's not
It's
hard.
like you've probably done it so many times in the last like couple weeks that it's just like,
Yeah.
no big deal.
100
Yeah,
memer boards for the win.
My strat was just to do the all honeycombs route because
Mhm.
you get a lot of honeycombs in the beginning. But then I realized
Yeah.
I had the wrong Jinjo pattern, so I had to
Ooh.
improvise Jiggies.
Right.
Yeah, we saw you collecting a bunch of random Jinjo colors, and we were like,
shit.
is Iceup going for these
For the
Jinjos really?
blue
And then
family.
I thought, well, it's probably because you're just kind of collecting Jinjos. Like when you collected the one in the Toxic Waste Cave, I was thinking like you probably think you're collecting Jinjos on the old pattern,
Mhm.
just kind of going through the route. So
trying-
Yeah, I
trying to
knew
think-
those were the wrong colors, but I mean, I was kind of setting myself up if I needed to get 28 to go to GI in the second phase or
Right.
something.
I'm trying to think what would have happened if if you DCW to like GI.
Then he would have
I'm-
needed 45 jiggies.
Yes.
Oh yeah, right. Because then I would have only needed an extra like 13
Yeah.
to get to GI.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
This
makes
race would have been a
sense.
lot closer if I did Canary Mary
Yes.
too.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think another thing was that you pre-collected a lot of Jiggies earlier, whereas Alpha kind of like collected Cheeto pages earlier. So Alpha was able to kind of, get into TDL and do that whole kind of setup, but you were like way ahead of Alpha on Jiggies, but it just turned out to not really matter because you guys kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
like,
Alpha
just,
stopped
like,
at
collect a bunch of-
15.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the all
collect a bunch of early
honeycombs
stuff.
record was like an hour 20 or
Hour
something, an hour
22.
30. So I
Yeah.
knew I was never getting them all. Like
Right.
I just had to prioritize which ones I thought I could get in an hour. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think making the choice to not even think about GI was like, or for both of you was kind of good because we were talking about it during the race and we thought, in the all honeycombs route, unless you DCW into Toxic Waste, like you're not getting anywhere near GI in an hour.
Mhm.
So
I'm assuming like
you
the
could make the play to like go into Toxic Waste and then like, split up and, collect
Yeah.
honeycombs and HFP as well.
yeah, that's,
but
yeah.
when you guys were like at 37 minutes still in Witchy World, and we were like the challenge isn't like screwing your opponent by getting late honeycombs for Cheeto pages. It's just like, balancing efficient honeycombs versus Cheeto pages kind of thing. So
Yeah, I over collected a lot of Cheeto pages, but oh well.
It worked out
I
'cause
should have.
you skipped
Yeah, I mean,
levels.
I should have collected a few more Cheetah pages in the
I don't
first
think
phase. I
so.
think that were in the way.
In my very honest opinion, I think you should have collected 0 Cheeto pages in the first hour.
Yeah.
Rushed
My
as
goal in
many
the first
honeycombs
phase.
as possible.
Yeah, rush honeycombs, so I has to get a bunch of Cheeto pages, and I could
Can-
make it up.
Can you even get enough Jiggies in an hour to get to do GI and HFP
We were
together.
theorizing that if you skip setting up DCW, so you hold
Right.
your DCW to phase 2, you could probably in an hour get enough jiggies to get to GI and potentially do some solo banjo HFP stuff. Potentially.
But at
maybe
that
Yeah.
point, you wouldn't have a lot of time left. So.
Yeah. I will say that like the plan that I was theorizing, and it's not even sure if it's possible. It's the fact that if you know that you're playing against an opponent that's bad at HFP early,
right?
you would actually go do TDL early into HFP early, and squeeze all of that right before DCWing to
Right.
CCL, so that way your opponent would have to go to TDL, HFP, and CCL.
That'd have been
Yeah.
The
really
part that
hard to
triggered
do
me
it.
the most was I couldn't find freaking red feathers in JRL. Like I'm
yeah, we saw that.
God.
So,
And then
Alpha,
I stopped and opened up my secret banjo dock and I looked at feather nest locations. I'm like,
There they
they're
are.
in here somewhere.
Yeah, so Alpha, there's actually a feather nest inside the cabinet where
Uh-huh.
you learn sub-aqua eggs.
Yeah, I know those were in there. I just didn't want to break the door for the cutscene.
Oh no.
Yeah, but you took 2 loading zones going around the
shit.
door.
I timed it as fast.
Whereas you could have just shot a clockwork
Yeah.
through that little window.
Nah. Yeah.
So, really.
Yeah.
Alright,
GG,
well,
That's
Icon.
funny that your feathers came in handy there.
Any last thoughts on the category or the race or the tournament before I say goodbye to the stream?
I really like this challenge, and
Good.
I really like.
Yeah, it
glad.
was.
I really like this
It was interesting.
tournament in general, just because like it's a breath of fresh air, unlike
Right.
Yeah.
bingo, where it's like, well, it's different goals, yeah,
Uh-huh.
but it's basically the same thing.
I think the biggest element that you had to take away from this was don't fuck up your DCW.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's
And
the
that'll
key.
come into play in future challenges. So anybody who's thinking about playing in the future, keep that in mind. But
Well,
go ahead.
if we do another one of these, I'll definitely join it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we enjoyed having you in the challenge series, and we hope to see you for the next one. So